Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. My name is Caitlin from Florals.com, and if you're joining me over the holidays, I hope you guys have a very happy holidays, and I hope you're enjoying time with friends and family and also some time to yourself and maybe in your scrap room if you can manage. But today I have a process video for you guys using this Simple Stories collection that is beautifully cat themed. If you guys know me, I personally know 4 cats, 2 of which are my own and 2 of which are my parents, and this is a layout dedicated to my cats. I have random photos of them from so many different occasions just sitting in things that are precious. So I thought I'd make a layout combining 3 of these photos just to capture the idea without having to make 3 separate photos and stories for the same sort of topic. So again, I have this collection here, and I'm going to use this really busy background floral paper. And what's nice about these photos, they're actually all taken back when we lived in Maryland. So they all have like the same sort of background and color drop. So I don't have to worry too much about mixing and matching colors in the actual photos because they're relatively neutral. So I try to cut all of these down to the same 4-inch size, but somehow once I go to line them up, they are not 4 inches. So I'm not sure what happened. I'm pretty sure it's my trimmer's fault, or maybe it's just my fault, but I trim these down and then I'm going to lay them in a vertical line. And by vertical, I meant horizontal. I don't know why I said vertical. I'm going to put them in a horizontal line and kind of arrange them in a way that I think works well between all 3 photos. So the leftist photo is actually the most zoomed out, and that's when we were moving and packing up all of our stuff. Poppy got in this box, and all you can see are her nose and her eyes and her ears. I ended up going into my stash and picking out a yellow cardstock. It's more of a butter yellow. The original yellow I picked out was very bright, and I didn't need that bright of a yellow. So I switched out for this butter yellow, and that's going to be actually a border around the page. Now, I think this works really well because when it comes to busy patterns, they kind of just keep going. They're so busy, it just draws your eye anywhere and everywhere. So by framing it with another color or with another pattern, you can really help make it a little bit less busy and have the eye stay within the page, sort of how you want it to be. So I did pull out this butter yellow and I think it works beautifully, but I think it's too close to the colors here, so I think I'm going to end up inking the edges. But first I need to trim my edges, so I'm trimming 1/2 inch off of 2 sides so that I can have a 1/4 inch all the way around. And yes, I am wearing a Star Wars shirt. This was the day I believe we went to go see Star Wars, the new movie. If you guys have not seen it, or if you want to know how I thought of it, check out my vlog about that, and you guys can learn more. If you guys have not checked out Vlogmas yet, I have been uploading every single day of December with a new vlog, including, in addition to rather, my normal videos like this one. So if you haven't checked out today's vlog, I highly recommend it. It's a little bit more on theme for Christmas, so if you're interested in seeing sort of my gift wrapping style, or if you want to know some sort of fun activity I'm putting together, definitely check out today's vlog that just went up. I think you guys will enjoy it. So I go back to the page kit and I do have this scrap. It's a stripe, which happens to work more so in the vertical line instead of horizontal, because I'll need a 12-inch strip to put under these photos. So I put that there and I'm like, okay, that's not too bad. I'll definitely want something between the stripes, and when it hits the floral, I think that's a bit much for all those colors to meet all at once. So I will alleviate that issue later on in this video, but I do recognize it right off the bat that something's not right when these 2 patterns meet up, and it's because they have, all the same exact colors and they're both very, very busy. So we want to make sure that we combat when we put 2 patterns together, that we really help them merge well, and sometimes that means another divider in between. It also came with this lovely sticker sheet that I end up using a ton, and I'll actually come back to that once I start gluing everything down. But I started doing some preliminary clustering, just pulling out some different stickers because I am determined to actually use up this kit pretty quickly. And I know I've been doing a ton of cat and pet layouts lately, and I promise that won't stop. I know a lot of you appreciate it because as you guys know, I don't have children. I'm very young, so I just scrapbook my pets and then ourselves, and that's pretty much it. So pet layouts will continue because they are adorable and I can't stop taking photos of them and they keep doing cute things. So I'm just cutting my paper here, and I find this trimmer in particular from Fiskars is really, really great at helping me do that because it has a ruler on the cutting edge as well as the top edge there, so you're able to get a perfect frame the way you want it. So I'm going to layer this on here, but first I need an ink because, like I said, I think the yellow is just too much to be right next to the floral. because they are like a perfect matching color. So I go through my distress inks to try to find one that would work well, and I end up going with something a lot brighter than I intended. I definitely think I could have found a better peachier one that would have worked, because I really just end up going for hot pink, which there is a ton of pink on this. There is actually 2 shades of pink, like a peachy pink and then like a bright pink. So this ends up working well. I think this is the picked raspberry color is the final choice, but it is a lot. I don't mind it, but it is a lot. And I'm glad I'm getting to use more of my inks this way, because I feel like I neglect my distress inks a ton. But I'm just going to ink all of the edges here. And to go very lightly, this was a very juicy ink pad. I'm not sure which way I had it stored. I'm pretty sure I store all my distress inks face up, but I know some of them are on their sides because of my storage issue with those. But it's a very juicy ink pad, and therefore my foam here, it absorbs a lot of it. So I need to make sure that I'm not putting too much on the paper and going too far over the edge, because I'm really just looking for that definition on the edge to help it pop off the yellow and sort of give it a barrier so that the color stays within itself and not leaks into the yellow, if that makes sense. So once those are done, I do set that aside, but I will have to come back to that for my other layers. And you guys might have noticed, but this is actually a cut apart sheet, but I got 2 of these in the kit, so I didn't mind using this one for background, whereas the other one I have the actual cut aparts left. And I did run out of ATG early on in this video, and I had to change it, and that was just a little bit annoying. But you guys know how it goes. It just happens. Every time I want to film, I'm running out of ATG tape. So here's where I know where I'm going to put this, but I need to figure out something for a divider. So my first thought is washi tape. That is generally my first thought every time I need some sort of divider, because it's easy, you can make it any length you want. And my divider is going to go underneath this layer. So I need to ink these edges because they will be underneath. So I pull out a bright pink, didn't like that, and then I find this tealy blue, and I really think the blue helps bring in more of the cool tones versus the warm tones of the yellow and the oranges and pinks. So I really, really like this, and it helps bring out the blues in the striped paper a ton more. Because at first it was just, you know, peaches and pinks, but now it reads well with a blue in there. So I put 2 strips down. I think the top one's a little bit crooked, but that's okay. And then I start adhering down my photos. Again, they don't end up lining up correctly, despite me trying to trim it. I was just afraid of cutting too much off, and then I'd rather have the top or the middle one be a little taller versus a little shorter. But I just end up putting them down, and it works out well anyway. So then we have Poppy on the left, Lily in the middle, and then both of them on the right. So they are, you know, starring 2 kitties in one photo on that right photo. But this is just various pictures of them sitting in different things. We have a box, we have a bin, which is one of those like fabric bins, and then we have a bag. She actually got into my tote bag, which I thought was precious. My title doesn't end up just being Meow. I just thought it was nice to have another pop of that dark teal. And again, inking the edges is important, so make sure you guys do that consistently on your layouts when you do. And by consistently, I just mean either decide if you want everything inked, maybe just paper, maybe just embellishments. Just decide so you know as you're going through the process what should be inked and what shouldn't. I think inking stickers sometimes can be more hassle than it's worth, simply because they could be slicker stickers, and therefore the ink might just rub off very easily. So be wary of that when you're starting to do this kind of project. I did those paw stickers in the top left for a punch of pink, and I added a collar sticker, which our cats don't wear collars, but I figured if I use it, I can use it. And I put that in the bottom right cluster there. And then comes my fun title. I end up doing a multicolored title with my wonderful Simple Stories alphabet, because they're my absolute favorite alphabet. I wish I had these in all the colors, and I wish they made more letters in them because we can run out pretty easily. So I end up going with the title, If We Fits, We Sits, which is, I think it was a meme originally, but I have no idea where it originated. But I did a multicolored version of that. And here you can tell my camera angle changed, because that's what happens when my camera keeps cutting out and dying. I had a lot of technical issues this day, which is fine, we got it done, but still working through those and trying to figure out what's wrong with my camera or SD cards, and hopefully that'll be fixed before the new year. But here I'm just alternating the colors to match the current sort of pattern I'm going with the first 4 words. And there's my camera starting again. I cannot tell you how frustrated I was every time I heard the camera go off. Like, it would just shut off and I'd be like, ugh. So there's my title. It's kind of hard to read, which I don't mind, because we also have the meow up there at the top, which I think is really the main title. So it's Meow, If We Fits, We Sits. But Anyway, it is precious and I adore how this layout turned out. I definitely think I wanted to add some more things. So I look at puffy stickers, I look at a bunch of my cat supplies that I do have that weren't really on color scheme here. So I just think it needed a bit more dimension. Perhaps if I put some of these stickers on some foam, that would have worked well. But I ended up going for some Studio Calico heart stickers to add some more pops of that yellow throughout the clusters. And that ends up being pretty much it. I did wish that I ended up doing some more dimension, but that's okay. I added one of my fish paper clips and called it a day. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe. And don't forget to check out Vlogmas. There's a few giveaways in there, and I hope you guys have the happiest of holidays and spend time with your loved ones. And I will see you guys again very soon with another video. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Bye!